Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and this short video we're going to discuss events that took place during the previous 12 hours. And the most important and interesting events are coming from Bakhmut. The Russians continue advancing in the western part of Bakhmut, and first we're going to talk, of course, one more time about the Road of 506. As a result of clashes during the previous night, the Russians managed to repulse every single Ukrainian counter-offensive attack in this area, and they managed to increase and develop their bridgehead in this area. They managed to develop this bridgehead to the west, to the south, and to the southeast. When talking about the western part of Bakhmut, the Russians continue moving along the Piramogi Street, along Talbukhina Street, and along Chernyakhovskaya Street. So let's update these maps. The streets. This is Chernyakhovskaya Street, this is Talbukhina Street, and this is the Pobyeda Street. So the Russians are advancing in this direction, trying to encircle the Ukrainian positions in Khromovo. And during the previous night, the Russians managed to establish control over the Olympic School and the post office. So currently, this is the situation in the northern part of western Bakhmut. As we discussed in the previous videos, the Russians reached the outskirts of the ex-military base in the central part of Bakhmut, and currently they are trying to storm this area from the north and northwest. Very interesting updates are coming from the railroad station, the ex-railroad station. This area was captured by the Russians today or a few days ago. They managed to penetrate the Ukrainian defense orders in this area, and currently the Russians advancing in direction of Polyova Street, this one. Furthermore, some sources are saying that currently there are clashes exactly on this street, or maybe a little bit behind. So let's update this map according to the last update we have about this territory. So this is the current situation on Polyova Street and on the west side of the Bakhmut railroad station. When talking about the south area, the Russians continue their advancing, and there are clashes along the Grigoria Skovoroды Street, this one. So they managed to reach this street from the, let's say, from the west of this street, and they managed to get this area from the east. So currently, the Russian progress in this area looks like something like this. So as you can see, not much left from Bakhmut under Ukrainian control. The Russians are getting closer to the western part, and of course we understand that the most important part the Russians need to complete by the end of this weekend is to get control over Khromovo. The rest of operations, like in direction of the central part of ex-military base, or developing from the east and south in direction of the western fortifications, is just some kind of attacks to pin down and let's say to freeze the Ukrainian reserves, Ukrainian forces that are currently located in the western part of Bakhmut. Furthermore, very interesting updates are coming from the area between Grigorievka and Orekhovo-Vasilievka, these two towns, these two settlements. If we take a look at the Russian sources map, we're going to see that this map has been updated. They have updated the bridgehead along the forest lines on the south of Orekhovo-Vasilievka and the northeast of Grigorievka, this one. If you remember, yesterday we discussed that during the previous 24 hours, the Russians made few attacks and they destroyed the fuel depot, the 17th Tank Brigade that currently is located in this area, and also the Russians attacked positions of 77th Air Mobile Brigade in this area as well. As I told you, I expect that within the next few days this area could fall, maybe captured by the Russians as well. So let's update this map also according to information we have. So this is the also small salient, that forest line that is under Russian control. The main Ukrainian positions are located in this forest. There are like 77th Mechanized Air Mobile Brigade, Tanks Brigade behind inside of the forest, and there is like a few roads to support this area, using the roads behind Grigorievka and also the roads behind Orekhovo-Vasilievka. The Russians are trying to develop their bridgehead along the forest line to the, let's say, to the west, to the southwest, and to the south. So this they're trying to develop, and they're trying to get as close as possible to Grigorievka, with one purpose, maybe to establish physical or fire control over the roads that connects Grigorievka and Bogdanovka. The Ukrainians uses this area for supporting their forces in this area to prevent and to repulsed the Russian offensive operation in this area. Furthermore, as you can see, there is another road that connects the mainland with Grigorivka, so this is a very important logistic and military hub that Ukrainians uses for defense purposes. And if the Russians are able to cut or establish physical control over the roads around this area, they will be able to reduce the Ukrainians' possibilities in their defense. And that's it for this short update. Military Summary channel reminds to condemn any violence in Ukraine. Thank you for your watching, subscribe to my channel, put your likes, join my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.